Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. So we have another movie to watch today. I am gonna be watching Obsession, and this is personally one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I wanted to see it in theaters, but I decided to wait so I could do a reaction for it, and man, I am just so excited to watch this freaking movie. I've been hearing so many great things about it. I do know that this movie was created by a content creator, Curry Barker. I wasn't personally familiar with his content, but I just love the idea of content creators creating movies like this and them doing super well, them dominating the box offices. That is just incredible. I love that. Hopefully we see more of that in the future, you know, seeing people so passionate and so excited to create and make things and do it for a lot less budget actually, and it still perform super well. Backrooms is another one like that, which is also on my list, so hint hint, wink wink, stay tuned for that one. But you know, horror has been having a moment lately. Horror has kind of been the it genre lately, and I'm actually very excited about that. If you would have asked me if I would say that like 10 years ago, I probably would have said you were crazy, because I always told myself I'm so scared of horror. I don't want to watch horror. I don't want anything to do with it. But then I kind of got a little humbled and I took a step back and I realized I actually like horror. Not all of it. I mean, of course, just like with any genre, there's some subgenres that I don't like as much or am not very interested in, but there's a lot of horror that I really enjoy. I've been especially loving kind of like the psychological horror as well, or just plot lines that are just new and fresh and exciting. I just feel like you are getting that a lot with horror. You're not kind of getting this like wash, rinse, repeat that you're getting from other genres, you know, just consistently getting remakes of this, remakes of that, which, you know, sometimes the remakes can hit, but a lot of times I feel like I want to see new stuff, you know, new IPs, new ideas, and it's making going to the movies fun and exciting again, especially going to the movie theaters, which, mind you, I am very pro movie theater. I used to work at a movie theater. I love the movie theater experience. I feel like going to see movies in the theater is also great for the film industry as well, compared to just watching it on streaming, which I'm doing right now. Like, I watched Project Hail Mary in the theater recently, and whoa, I feel like that is one that, I mean, of course you would still enjoy it watching it at home, but something about that movie in the big screen was just such a phenomenal experience. With all that being said, so for Obsession, for this movie, I'm pretty sure it's about a crazy girlfriend or crazy ex-girlfriend thing. I mean, it's called Obsession, so maybe she's like a stalker.
I'm really excited for her.
I don't know if there's like a supernatural element to this movie or not. I have no idea. I haven't looked anything up. Anytime I see a clip from it or a still, I scroll really fast. So I haven't gotten spoiled on this movie at all, which I'm super excited about. I also don't know if this leans more thriller or if this is more horror. I have no idea. I don't know if she's like a serial killer. Well, y'all, if you want to see the full-length watch-along reaction for this movie, you can go check it out over on Patreon. And also stay tuned for more movie reactions. I have a lot coming. I have a lot of other plans. Not all of them are horror. Some of them are, but there's a lot. I've been in a very movie mood. Maybe I caught the cinema bug. You can also check out our second channel where we post vlog content, as well as my channel where I post book and movie content. All right, well, let's go ahead and watch this.
You're the only person that I've ever... This is weird. I don't talk like this.
No, it's okay.
So I keep telling myself, don't tell her she's too good. She'll lose her. But maybe you should know.
Is this like a breakup?
That I would choose you over everything.
Oh, this is like the opposite of a breakup.
That's
No, stop. Okay, that was cringy.
Oh, okay, he's practicing.
I'm not doing it again, dude. That was so embarrassing. That freaked me out. You gotta be way less sappy with Nikki, okay? She doesn't like that shit.
Is Nikki the crazy girl?
Have you ever actually like flirted with Nikki? Invite romance. Bring up Freaky Nikki.
You want me to call her Freaky Nikki?
Freaky Nikki? She's the crazy one, isn't she?
You can't ask her out at Trivia Bear. I'm not gonna let you. I love trivia night. It's all I have. I wake up every Wednesday, rock hard, thinking about trivia.
Whoa, you really love trivia. So she's just in the friend group.
If she means this much to you, and I know she does, wait, do it at the right time.
Okay.
He seems like a sweet guy.
All you have is time.
Oh my gosh, is that a dead cat? That cat looks stiff. Did she kill the cat?
Sandy?
Oh.
Oh, no. No.
How did you get into these?
No. Oh. But wouldn't it have had like a child lock? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a cat person. I don't know how crazy cats can get. I'm very much a dog person. Like a child lock? You know, you think it'd be cat proof too? Oh, there she is.
What time are you showing up tonight? to secure the spot early.
I'll...
You should skip.
We need your brain. We gotta beat the rag tags this week.
Well, I don't think I can tonight. I'm just catching up on some stuff.
You could tell her what really happened.
I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Really? How come?
Kind of running out of time there, so, you know, might want to skip that stuff you're working on.
Cinematography is so creepy and unsettling, but like in a good way.
Well, I just dropped my crystal necklace down the drain.
Oh, shit.
Ah!
Sorry.
Why would she even say that?
Is he buying her a new one?
So this is all we have. Each rock has its own kind of unique energy, and then the rose quartz attracts like love and shit.
Oh gosh.
Sunshine. Nikki would hate that.
He's gonna get the love one, isn't he? Oh no. Okay, that's what's gonna do it. One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. Oh my goodness, don't do it. For only $6.99, you can ruin your life.
I like this.
Well, they've been pretty popular since we put them out. You know, everybody wants a wish.
Either he's gonna use it or he's gonna give it to her and she's gonna use it.
Well, they're kind of like collectibles, so some people don't open them, but the people who do, you know, come back and complain.
Okay.
They're mad because it doesn't work.
Yeah, or whatever.
Or it does work and it like ruins their lives.
Or they die or wish they were dead.
How would they complain if they're dead?
Ever even been into a guitar center?
Hey, Barkers. That's his name.
I'll get a pina colada.
Pina colada? I like a man who's in touch with his feminine.
Why is that feminine? I don't like the taste of the alcohol. Sandy died.
What?
Yeah.
And you didn't say anything to anybody.
Really? Here, I'm so sorry.
Is she already crazy? Or is something gonna happen to make her that way? Maybe that little thing he bought?
Does anybody have cash?
I think I have a 20.
I'll pay you back.
Can't have it.
Oh. I mean, clearly he's in love with her. You can just tell in the look.
It's gonna be weird not seeing you every day. I mean, it's just a job, Nikki.
Yeah, well, I want to write.
Couldn't y'all see each other like outside the job?
So it's a romance.
No, it's not a romance, it's a love story.
Isn't that the same thing?
You know, you're the only person that I get to really talk to about this stuff.
I mean, it seems like she likes him too.
Don't let me forget. I got you something.
What?
You'll see.
Ew, no, why does that make me nervous?
Why'd she say ew?
Sarah's asking about you all day today. How do you feel about that?
I like her as a friend.
Well,
I figured she's so fucking obvious. When I have a crush on a guy,
For
no one
watching
knows.
her.
now he's gonna have hope, whether it be false hope or actual hope.
Night, freaky Nikki.
Uh-oh,
You
is that the
should
wrong
not
thing to
have
say?
said
Ew, don't
that.
call me that.
Ooh, definitely the wrong thing to say.
Do you like me?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Because if you do, now's the time to tell me.
Like this? That's so direct. I don't know if she likes him back.
I think we're good friends.
Good. Good night.
Goodness, I don't. This is just a weird situation. I mean, obviously, like, you know, you can say, like, oh, she didn't like being called that, which I get, but, like, I just, so the vibe is not there.
Maybe you're friends. You only get one wish.
No. Like it makes noise.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the fucking world.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Hey, I just had to pull up
You
directions.
said you had something for me?
That quick.
I left it at home.
No.
And
Maybe you want to come inside? I mean, I did just lose my cat, Bear.
What?
you lost your cat?
Oh, wait. I mean, you lost your cat.
What the heck?
I'm so sorry for your loss. Do you want to come inside, or
That's crazy. That's so weird.
Are you okay?
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Why don't you come inside and we can have some drinks and talk about your cat?
Now she's just like a completely different person.
I think you're drunk.
No, I'm not. Wait, what the fuck?
Nikki, what the fuck? Are you okay?
I'm acting so weird.
What the heck?
This is so weird.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Why
No,
are you...
no.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
What are you doing?
Come on.
Maybe like she doesn't even know what's really going on with herself.
What are you doing?
I know what you're trying to do.
Oh my gosh.
Nikki, no. Why are you getting in my car?
Let's go to your place.
You are honestly freaking me out.
You just opened up a whole can of worms for yourself.
But you,
Keep it.
What do you smell?
Smells like you.
That's what she smells. Oh my gosh. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it.
I like it here.
Let me know if you need like water or towels or
This is not how you want somebody to love you.
take all the space or time that you need. Good night.
Wait,
Yeah?
can you sleep with me?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Oh my goodness. I know what she's gonna do. You gotta start questioning this. Like, this is so not what she was like before.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You kissed me.
I know, I thought I saw something.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Is it like her actual self is like popping in and out and it's like it breaks through for a second and like what the heck am I doing?
Shit, you made me feel like I did something you didn't like.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy of a concept.
It was a panic attack.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like she's being forced to do things that she doesn't want to do. Is she aware of what she's doing inside, or is it just like it snaps out of it? Okay, it's like mixed signals. How can you undo it? That's what we need to be looking up.
What were you doing?
Oh my gosh.
I was just going to the bathroom.
Can you lay with me?
Oh, here we go again. Where the heck did she go now? She made him breakfast? Oh my gosh. What is it?
Oh no. You're supposed to like it. It's a memorial.
Oh my gosh. That is insane.
Maybe not the
plug and
best.
keyboard jig isn't working because I don't want to give some Karen an excuse to.
Don't say Karen.
What is the extent of it gonna be like? Like, you know, is she gonna act crazy at work too? Like when she's out in public or just when they're alone?
What the fuck happened last night? Okay. What did you say to her? I didn't fuck her. I just saw you come in together. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's watching you.
I think she's having like a mental breakdown or something. Like she would like freak out and then she was like snap back to happy. What the fuck? Are you joking? Kissing me and then crying. It was really fucking weird.
So you told her how you felt and then...
He didn't even tell her how he felt yet.
I didn't tell her. She was kissing you. How exactly does that make fucking sense? I don't know, dude. I think she needs serious help.
Well, at least he's like concerned, you know, he's not just like blinded by like the rose-colored glasses. I mean, okay, she did drag the dead cat back in, so, you know, it makes sense to be concerned.
But it sounds like she was on fucking Molly. Wait, is she still walking?
She hasn't stopped.
I don't know if I can take you home today.
I know, I'm just grabbing my purse. Excuse me.
Are you gonna take her? Yeah. Wanna take her?
Be careful. Well, I guess she's not in love with you. What if she like talks about him the whole time in the car?
I was just talking to her. She was looking at both of us. We looked like we were talking about her, so that explains it.
Oh my gosh, she's here.
So I'm really sorry about last night. I probably shouldn't have taken anything. I was on MDMA.
I feel like the fact that she even said like MDMA is weird. Like she didn't just say Molly.
I know you like me, Bear.
Why do you like me?
Would it freak you out if I said yes?
Well, it wouldn't freak him out. He's just gonna like forget everything that freaking happened 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I do.
He got really mad and blew up on me and I blocked him. No, and I'm kind of pissed off because I had a date and there was miscommunication. He seemed flaky yesterday and I ended up working tonight and off tomorrow, and he got pissed off because he already booked a hotel and everything, and I was like, you never communicated that, and he got really mad and blew up on me and I blocked him.
Okay, well, it seems like everything is going well, but it's gonna go too well. Things are gonna start to get weird once the honeymoon phase is over.
How's your dad doing?
Can we not talk about that?
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell Sarah about this because I don't want to spread drama. I looked into Nikki's dad having cancer.
It's a lie.
He's been to work like every day.
Why would she lie about that, Ian?
Ooh.
I don't know, for attention. Nikki and Sarah had a conversation about you. Nikki said she just thought of you like her little brother.
Oh my gosh, there she is.
This is strange, dude. It's like Nikki snapped into a different person. She's all of a sudden infatuated with you.
Yeah, and you know what you did. You literally snapped the willow and you snapped her.
Bear, I love you so much.
You love me more than anyone in the world?
Oh man. This is all a product of your own making.
Does your dad really have cancer?
Oh, and you're calling her out. Oh no. How's she gonna respond though?
No.
But she admitted it.
No, don't say that!
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Why does it matter? I thought we were having a nice
We are.
date.
We are.
Oh my gosh.
We are.
Then why does it matter?
Because you lied? And that's insane? That's an insane thing to lie about?
Doesn't matter to me.
she looking at?
Oh, that was amazing, baby.
She's like a robot.
For sure.
What is she gonna be doing now?
Nikki?
Go back to sleep.
Where the heck is she? Is she in the corner?
Nikki,
Oh my god, she looks terrifying. What is she doing?
what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Watching you sleep.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Can you come back to bed?
Oh my god. It's creepy.
I don't like my dreams.
What are your dreams? Oh my goodness gracious.
I feel like you don't love me as much as I do. Like it's not mutual.
That is insane. She is giving a freaking great performance.
Why don't you love me?
Nikki!
What the heck? Oh
Well,
my
she's,
god, this
she's
is
doing
insane.
the thing.
You need to leave. You need to leave the freaking house. Go back to that shop and
Why?
ask if there's like an undo plant or something. Like, is there an opposite willow?
For Sandy, okay?
Oh my gosh. Freaking leave.
Stay!
Leave anyway. Did she cut his hair?
Did you cut my hair?
Like it's nothing? Like that's not a crazy thing to do when someone's sleeping?
Can we talk about last night?
So sorry. I had a bad dream and I just. How's this?
Oh my goodness.
Not great.
Come here.
Every...
Come here.
Listen,
Oh my gosh. There's nothing in there. It's just like obsession is literally all she is.
will you promise me something?
Yes.
No more weird stuff, all right?
I feel like you have given too many chances. Like, there's too much weirdness for you to not leave or something, but then also she's crazy, so who knows what you can actually do, but like, you're staying in this relationship with her?
Oh, God, I'm gonna miss you. Wish I was scheduled today.
Miss you at work.
Enjoy your day off.
Maybe I can pop by.
No, just make yourself at home.
I was like, why is his eyes so wide? Did she like duct tape the house so he can't leave? Leave this house and do not come back.
Bye, Bear.
Is she gonna stay like this the whole time? Like until he comes back? How long are we gonna stay on the shot? What is going on? What is happening? What is that wet sound? She peed? Like she literally is just gonna stay in this position and not move. That makes me feel bad for her too though, because it's not like she chose to be this way. It's what he did. Basically forced her to do this, which is also a horrifying thought, to be like completely out of control of yourself like that.
I heard what you told Ian.
I just think that it's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden.
Because you like him.
Is that you're the last one?
No, one more.
You should have gone with her instead. She actually liked you.
Your lunch smells weird.
What does that mean? Why does it smell weird?
Oops.
Jesus.
My little food critic. Well, what's the verdict on cat? What's the verdict? Cat?
The dead cat?
What's that mean? That is so fucking weird.
Oh my god! She fed him his cat? Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. That is freaking horrifying. That is horrifying. What a freaking weird thing to do. There's so many freaking weird things going on with her, but like, goodness.
You come to me saying Nikki's having like some fucking crazy mental breakdown or something and that she needs to get help.
She was on drugs. Nikki is literally fine.
Let's be real.
She's lying
I'm not
about
gonna break this
cancer,
down to you.
and now she's
I don't wanna
sleeping
break
over all
down
the
our
time,
relationship.
lying about her dad. I mean, you have to admit that's
Oh, by the
crazy.
way-
Listen to your friends.
Kind of looks like you're taking advantage of the
Oh,
situation, and I
fuck
say it with
you,
love, bro.
dude.
I'm saying it with
Come
love.
on,
I'm on
she
your
is
side.
all-
Honestly, he seems like a good friend. Somebody who's actually telling you the truth, you know?
I'm very upset. You can't cook the cat, okay?
You have to tell her this? Like, come on. At least there's a support number. Who's gonna be answering this phone? Isn't this like a vintage thing?
They're
Does this
fine.
company still even exist?
Hello?
Oh, somebody answered.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Why is this so casual?
Is this One Wish Willow?
Yeah.
He sounds weird. Did somebody use the willow on him?
Calling to see if there's a way I can alter a wish.
I'd like to cancel your wish.
Cancel the dang wish, please.
I'm sorry, we don't really do that. If you have any questions about how the wish works, or if you read the back of the box.
I mean, is it even real?
Yeah, it's real.
This guy's so casual.
Is her love real?
Come on, dude.
You chose doesn't make it less real.
Yeah, it kind of does.
You'd like to file a cancel request?
Yes, a cancel request.
We don't really do that.
Well, then why'd you offer it?
You were just making it sound like I could put in a
I was
request.
just guessing your intention, man.
What the hell?
What? This guy.
So she's just fucked forever?
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you live.
Oh, goodness.
You die, the wish will go away.
That's freaking crazy.
You sure there's nothing else I can do?
Sounds to me like you have a moral obligation to be there for her.
So you're stuck with her or you have to die?
Do you want to talk to her?
Who?
You want to talk to her?
Who is that?
What?
Nikki.
The real Nikki?
Do you want to speak to her?
What does that even mean? Like, she's elsewhere? Her true self?
Oh, shit!
She stood in one spot the whole time?
What the fuck happened? I don't know what to do.
I was just waiting for you to come home.
Why did she throw up, though?
I'll go shower.
Yeah.
And I'll clean it up. I promise.
Oof, goodness.
Hey, listen, Ian invited me to a boys' night tonight.
Oh, snap.
So I think I'm just gonna go to that, if that's okay with you.
Go to the boys' night?
You better freaking go now if you're gonna go.
I can get dressed and go with you.
Ian said it was a boys' night, so I think maybe I'll just go.
Freaking leave.
I switched seats with Annie. Baron, I want to sit next to Nikki.
No.
Jeez, there what kind of spells you put on her.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
So true.
It's your turn.
Oh. The air was charged by the distant call of a night bird.
What was on your Jenga block? What was your prompt?
I'm more than your wife. I'm your sister. Hansel flinched.
Oh, it's Hansel and Gretel?
Lay his meaty forearm, roll it like a stick of licorice, and insert the flesh between my legs.
This is not Hansel and Gretel.
A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
Oh, snap.
Will be inside me tonight. New book I'm working on. I don't have to drink.
She wrote that.
Switched spots with Baron, so it's his turn now.
Kiss the person on your left.
Oh my gosh. She's gonna freaking try to kill her. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised like nobody has like done anything else.
No one on this earth will ever comprehend what it feels like to love someone as much as I love you.
And everyone in this room will die, never feeling the strength of connection I have felt with my bear.
I'm just kidding, guys.
I mean, clearly you're not okay.
Okay, fine. I'm not joking. Deal with it.
Any other takers?
Her true self.
It's not me! It's not me!
Oh my gosh.
No, you gotta get her to the hospital.
I'm so sorry.
How can you just like okay, I mean I'm sure he feels the horrible guilt for this, but like she's probably being like tortured essentially.
Do you like me? Do you even like me at all? Is Nikki happy?
I'm your freaky Nikki.
Oh no, you didn't like being called that.
We need to like take some space from each other, okay? But we have to. Just be normal.
Oh my gosh.
I just want you to act like Nikki.
Let me be Nikki.
You're not being like Nikki.
I can't be Nikki!
How is this gonna get resolved? Like, I do not understand how there's gonna be a resolution.
I love you in every reality.
I love you too.
What the heck? She
Oh my god!
She just like went backwards.
Don't be scared, baby. Don't be scared. I would never hurt you. I'm sorry.
Ah! You're scaring me. What is even happening right now?
Why don't you take the bed for yourself tonight, and I'll just go sleep at Ian's, and I'll come back right in the morning.
Okay.
She was okay with that?
Nikki, what are you doing?
She's not okay with that.
Sweetie, darkness is a color. There's just nothing. Or you could stay.
What do you even do? Like, what do you do in this scenario? Has she not even washed her face? Oh no. Is it the other girl? Don't let her see that.
Bear, kill me, please.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible.
She's sleeping.
It's me.
Actual Nikki?
You are you, Nikki.
Shh, please don't wake her up. Just kill me.
That is crazy.
What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?
Are you serious? Are you freaking serious?
I've never been with you, Bear.
Oh my gosh. You know what you did. Like I said, I feel like there's a duality here. He has an obsession as well in a different way.
She needs therapy. It's not right. And I don't think it's okay that she's taking advantage of you.
She sees it as that perspective where the other friend thought he was taking advantage of her.
I got my letter.
Your letter from Luther? You want to open this thing or?
I need to tell you some things.
Is she gonna show up?
I promised Ian I wouldn't tell you this.
Tell me what?
Bear, Ian and Nikki have been hooking up on and off for like 2 years.
What?
Not romantic. He thinks that she's dating you to get back at him.
Oh, dang!
It's kind of a shame, you know?
You should have been with this girl.
I think you need someone more chill.
Like you.
I was to your left.
Until she freaking comes and kills you.
You're supposed to kiss me.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
Just remember that you wanted this. But I'm so happy you did.
I'm freaking horrified!
Honey, breathe.
That-
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay, honey. I've got you.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to help me get rid of her body. What the heck? Sarah's your fault. You wanted this. You wished for this.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say.
I'm not going anywhere.
And now you're helping her with the body? Is he gonna read the letter? Oh, she was accepted. What are you gonna do? Oh, here we go. I'm surprised it took you this long to come back here.
Where are the, one-wish willows? It's like you make a wish, you break it.
Where's the woman that was working here?
What's the one-wish willow?
Oh my gosh.
Don't come here with this. It is too early. Second of all, I'm fucking with you. They're right here.
Okay.
How could you sell this to people?
The box is full of warnings, man.
Fuck you!
What did you do?
Is he gonna finally help him?
Maybe if someone else made a wish that contradicts your wish, I mean, maybe you could ask her. I mean, since it's for you, she just might do it. Or you could die. You could kill yourself.
Well, what could her wish be? Like, I wish to undo his wish? Would that work? I feel like you need to really think this through.
I wish Nikki Freeman only loved me as a friend.
It's not gonna work. Oh, it literally isn't gonna work. I guess you only get one time. I guess it's called a one-wish willow.
Why Sarah texting me, man? She wants me to come over to your place.
Oh my gosh. She has her phone?
Tell me what the fuck is happening right now!
I feel like you need to tell him something.
I made a wish. I broke this piece of wood. First, I didn't think it was real.
Is this a joke to you?
No! This is real!
This!
Be careful!
Don't say something and crack it.
Make another fucking wish,
You
man!
You can't! Because you only get one wish. It's real. Ian.
I feel like we should have had a better conversation about what exactly, if he were to do something, what exactly would he say? Because we need to be very careful because you only get one time.
I need you to say, I wish my friend Barry.
I wish for $1 billion.
Do you got somebody else you can ask?
$1 billion.
Well, I mean, that was a good wish for you.
Nikki, I need you to do something for me.
I feel like you could find somebody else, right? Like, literally anybody else. You don't know anybody else.
Nikki, you'll do anything for me, right?
She's in the corner. Oh my gosh.
I need you to do something for me.
Why can't you love me?
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Nikki! There, open the door. I got like $1 billion, dude. What the fuck? Nikki! Nikki!
Oh my.
I love you so much.
She just shot him. I mean, you would think he would have taken what he said seriously because it just happened to you.
Sorry for the theatrics. I don't know why you do that.
It's okay, sweetie.
Is he gonna shoot her or is he gonna shoot himself? It could go either way.
No! Baby, just need a second.
This movie is freaking crazy.
If space is what we need, then take it. It's gonna be okay.
The pills, just like the cat. So what happens when he dies and then she like comes to and it's like, look where you are. Oh, he couldn't do it. Oh, is it too late? Oh wait, she did the She did the wish and saved his life? Or wait, what did she wish for? Was it that he would love her more than anything in the world? But like, you still took the pills, right? Oh my gosh, that's what it was. And then he's gonna die, and then she's gonna snap out of it. No! Is it done? Okay, that is horrific. See everything and all that you did. What a crazy freaking movie. All from one wish. That was crazy. That was such a good movie. The ending got so wild. Like, I mean, it started with her killing that one friend, but then she killed the other friend, and then he killed himself, and then she finally woke up to her real self. She sees the aftermath of everything. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I really liked how during this movie, I mean, obviously you saw her obsession, which was caused by him making this wish and almost forcing it upon her, but also you saw elements of him being obsessed with her, but in a different way. Like, there was just subtle little moments, like he couldn't let it go. He kept staying with her. Obviously he kind of felt probably like stuck with her at this point, but there was other little subtle signs there, like when she was like, kill me, and he was like, oh, is being with me so bad, you know, like little things like that, which I really enjoyed seeing that throughout. The cinematography was fantastic. The performances were great. It was so creepy and unsettling. The actress of Nikki, her name is Indy Navarrete. I don't know how to say that fully. Oh my goodness, her performance, incredible. She was so freaking good in this. She was able to be so scary and unsettling. She just did such a great job. I just really, really love this movie. I can't wait to see other movies he makes in the future. I also saw that he's going to be doing a remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with A24. So that is exciting. Something to look forward to. I think I also saw somewhere that this movie has now made more money than Sinners, which is crazy, which I also really did like that movie too, by the way. I can see why. This was great. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Like many other women, Italy's Carol Maltesi had first signed up for the website OnlyFans in 2021 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. The decision had come after lockdowns had put an end to the string of odd jobs which had sustained her for the previous 4 years. While less than 1% of creators on the platform end up garnering a large enough audience to turn it into a full-time career, Carol was the exception. She was able to achieve a significant following, and her content quickly evolved from spontaneous home videos to professionally produced uploads no different than the sort of stuff you would see put out by big studios, some of which she'd also end up doing work for. Adult content had granted Maltesi a true sense of financial independence, one that she was planning to use to relocate to the city of Verona near the end of 2021 so she could be closer to her son, who'd long been living with his father. This plan, however, would never come to fruition. Carol appeared to have changed her mind at the beginning of 2022. Her social media presence would slow down greatly, and she'd tell her family that she was planning to instead move to Dubai. While she would continue to have conversations with friends and fans alike, she'd stop posting new photos and videos to her various social media profiles. She'd eventually tell those close to her that she intended to leave the world of adult content behind entirely. Her family grew concerned about her. She kept in contact with them over text, but began to refuse her calls. The father of her son became especially suspicious when she refused to video call their child on his birthday, something he considered to be incredibly unusual behavior. As the Malteses were reeling, trying to come to terms with the sudden distance between them and Carol, a man driving along a mountain road outside the village of Palina di Bono would notice a group of garbage bags strewn about the side of the road. It wasn't completely out of the question for local residents to occasionally dispose of their household trash in this inconsiderate manner, but there was something about these bags that made the man stop to investigate them. He noticed something odd sticking out of one of them. He couldn't make out what it was from the road, but as he got closer, he saw that it couldn't be anything other than a human hand. Soon enough, police officers were all over the narrow strip of road, which was now a crime scene. While the victim's face had been burned beyond recognition, there were several tattoos that could potentially aid in the identification of the body, a task that would be taken up by journalist Andrea Tortelli. He's the editor of local online newspaper bsnews.it. He had received a tip about the unidentified corpse and managed to get his hands on some photos of the tattoos. Through another tip from a helpful commenter, Andrea would manage to find a match for the tattoos, an adult actress named Charlotte Angie, the stage name used by Carol Maltese. Through some more sleuthing, Tortelli would manage to get a hold of Carol's WhatsApp number, and he'd be surprised when Maltese actually responded to his message. She was trying to assure the reporter that she was indeed alive and well, but Andrea wasn't convinced. He requested a voice note from Carol, and she sent him one, but it was completely silent. Tortelli would document all of this to hand over to the police, and he'd also write a series of articles about his investigation while the police carried out their own. We don't know exactly how the authorities managed to figure everything out. The details here aren't publicly known, but regardless, on March 29th, investigators would reveal that they had cracked the case, and we'd finally learn everything. In 2020, before Carol had even thought about producing adult content, she'd enter a brief romantic entanglement with bank employee slash food blogger Davide Fontana. He was 17 years her senior and had messaged her on Instagram after her profile had caught his eye. It was an on-again, off-again relationship, but it would drive Davide to move not just to the same suburb as Carol, but even into her apartment building, becoming her neighbor near the end of 2020. When Maltese began producing adult content, Davide would even help her film it, and he'd occasionally perform in the scenes himself. Near the end of 2021, Carol began receiving requests for custom content on her OnlyFans profile from an anonymous user named Tombeau de Femme, French for womanizer. This is something you can do on OnlyFans. Users have the ability to pay creators to produce custom content made just for them, usually for exorbitant prices. The anonymous nature of this profile wasn't unusual either, as OnlyFans subscribers aren't exactly eager to fill out their profiles with identifiable personal information.
Best promotion.
The odd thing about Tombeau de Femme's requests, however, were their extreme nature. I can't get into specifics here, but they were much more rough than the sort of content Carol normally produced. In early January, she'd receive a request from this subscriber that was particularly out there. It involved Maltese tying herself up and putting a hood over her head. Fontana would offer to help her out with this odd scene. After setting up the camera and hitting record, a brief moment of hesitation would occur. Instead of proceeding with the scene as described by the user, Davide would instead grab a hammer. You see, the OnlyFans user requesting this content was none other than Davide Fontana himself. He had used OnlyFans requests as a particularly sinister form of femicide, one that involved his partner helping to set herself up for her own murder. For 2 months after carrying this out, Davide would keep Carol's digital presence alive, impersonating her right to the faces of her family, friends, and fans, while her body was in his freezer. 2 months later, he would ultimately dispose of her remains in the mountains of northern Italy on March 20th, where they'd be discovered the next day, kicking off the process that would lead to him getting arrested just over a week later. Police would conclude that Davide had murdered Carol over her decision to move to Verona to be with her son. He had been obsessed with her since the moment they made contact, and if he couldn't have her, then nobody could. It would take another year for Fontana to stand trial, after which he'd be found guilty of aggravated voluntary homicide and the destruction and concealment of a corpse. He'd be slapped with 30 years in prison, a controversial sentence. For whatever reason, the judges ruled that there wasn't any significant organization or premeditation to the murder. They'd also state that Fontana was uninhibited due to Maltese supposedly leveraging the relationship to further her adult career. This would spark a huge backlash in Italy, with critics lambasting the courts for essentially ruling that Davide's emotional turmoil was somehow Carol's fault, and using that to play down the clearly heinous murder he had meticulously planned out. This case would go through a series of appeals that would both give out and overturn a life sentence several times, with the last update being yet another overturn of his life sentence occurring in February 2026. Because of this, the sentence is still unresolved, and Fontana remains in jail, awaiting his fate to this day. The case of Carol Maltese is the only known time a custom request on OnlyFans was specifically used to facilitate someone's murder. was far from the only absolutely wild thing that's happened on the platform. I've done many videos like this in the past where I base everything around a particular website, so I'm no stranger when it comes to taking a peek at the seedy side of online platforms. But let me tell you, OnlyFans did shock me with the sheer variety of stories and just the general ickiness of it all. I think the platform has this reputation of being the quote-unquote safe avenue of producing adult content professionally, and maybe it is to a certain degree, but believe me, every possible peril you can think of when it comes to this often dangerous field of work seems to surround OnlyFans as well. And not only that, the unique parasocial nature of the platform has led to completely new kinds of horror stories as well, much like that first case we just talked about, and much like this next one. Tomosa Newer, 29-year-old Michaela Ryler-Stam of Escondido County, California, was your ordinary suburban housewife. Married to insurance agent Brandon Ryler-Stam, the couple had 3 children together. What many didn't know, however, was that Michaela was anything but a housewife. In fact, she had a very active career, just one that she kept under wraps. She had been running a massive stripper agency called SingCal Entertainment, managing over 50 erotic entertainers, both female and male. Not only that, but she herself advertised her own services under the pseudonym Ashley SingCal, working as a high-end escort for roughly a decade. Like many in her line of work, she would gravitate towards the popular new platform OnlyFans, opening an account sometime in the early 2020s. She already had a very active social media presence, so it was a natural tool to add to her wheelhouse. Like basically all of her peers, she would take requests to produce custom content. She would also occasionally make use of her escort work to produce videos to sell behind a paywall, often to the eager chagrin of whoever had hired her. In March 2023, 55-year-old Michael Dale would stumble across Michaela's OnlyFans profile. He became infatuated with her, paying her over $11,000 over the course of just a few weeks for their online communications and in-person meetings. Dale's desires were unconventional to say the least. The things he wanted Michaela to do to him were downright strange. Along with wanting his whole body to be wrapped in saran wrap like a mummy, many of his requests involved using Gorilla Glue on various parts of his body. Michaela would later state that this was her first foray into this particular realm in her field of work, but she gladly fulfilled Michael's requests. Her husband even encouraged her, as Dale had been a high-paying customer. She also used these encounters to diversify the content she offered on her OnlyFans profile, with Michael being happy to play a part in her videos. On April 17, 2023, Dale had once again paid for Michaela's company. When she showed up at his place around 6 p.m., she would find that Michael was drinking and was visibly intoxicated. The activities of that evening were particularly unhinged, possibly being influenced by Michael's altered state of mind. He once again asked to be completely wrapped in saran wrap, but this time he also wanted his arms bound and duct tape adhered around his mouth and the rest of his face. The danger came, however, when a plastic bag was placed over Michael's head, which also ended up getting adhered to his frame with duct tape. All while this was happening, Michaela had a camera set up in the corner and was filming everything. Supposedly, in the video, Dale eventually stops responding to her verbally, but Michaela just kept going. At one point, Michael's roommate walks into the room. I want to take a second to highlight how unimaginably creeped out Michael's roommate likely felt in this moment. He had actually only known Dale for a few days, with him only moving into his apartment just 5 days before Michaela came over. He likely had no idea the sorts of things his new roommate was into. Imagine, you get a new roommate and one night he tells you he's having a lady friend over. You hear some strange sounds, so you decide to see what's going on. And you're met with your roommate bound and wrapped up like a victim in an alien movie, and a woman is playing disc jockey with herself next to him. In the video, the roommate apparently pleaded with Michaela to stop, which would lead to her calling 911. When the police arrived on the scene, they would find that Dale was not breathing. He'd be brought to the hospital where he was pronounced brain dead, being removed from life support just 1 day later. With Dale's cause of death being ruled as asphyxia due to the plastic bag being placed over his head, Michaela would be charged with second-degree murder. It wouldn't happen right away though. The investigation would take a full 2 years, with Michaela only being arrested in early 2025. The prosecution argued that Michaela had acted with implied malice, not necessarily intending to kill Dale, but acting with the knowledge that what she was doing was putting his life at risk. The fact that she filmed herself paddling the pink canoe while Dale was slowly fading away next to her likely didn't help, and neither did the photos she sent to her husband of his final moments. In May 2026, Michaela would take a plea deal, pleading guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter. She'd earn only 4 years in prison, which may be reduced further as the court is still considering the time she already served in jail. Part of what apparently influenced this tiny sentence was the remorse Michaela seemed to display. To all involved in this case, she seemed to greatly regret how that night had gone. She wrote letters apologizing to Dale's family and gave a tear-filled statement to the court upon her sentencing, stating,
"It needs to be said. There are no words. There are no words. I'm sorry is not enough, and I have a million emotions, but I would say the desire to go back and undo this would be at the top."
The Los Angeles Times would describe this case as a Black Mirror-esque killing, noting that the story highlighted the extreme lengths creators would go to in the name of captivating content. I'm not sure if I agree with that assessment. I don't think Michaela carried out that particular act in the name of content. I think that was more of a byproduct, with the large sums of money Dale was offering her being the obvious main motivation. I do agree with one thing though. OnlyFans is absolutely Black Mirror-esque. Its main offering is adult media that's paired with a potentially sinister combination of companionship services and online relationships, which is all served up in an easily accessible digital format. Not only that, but the age of targeted online advertising has led to OnlyFans permeating much further into your digital life than any of its peers ever has. If you're a man and you fit a certain demographic, scrolling through pretty much any social media service is enough to inundate you with covert ads for OnlyFans, whether or not you've ever even engaged with any of them. Put all this together and you end up with what's undoubtedly the largest scale and most frictionless commodification of human intimacy humanity has ever known. But believe it or not, OnlyFans wasn't always like this. When the platform first launched in 2016, it positioned itself as a competitor to Patreon. It was intended to be used as a method for artists and other creators to share premium content with their fans behind a paywall, and they actually didn't even allow not safe for work content for the first year of their existence. I know that description also perfectly fits Patreon, and because of its similarity to this already well-established and popular platform, OnlyFans wasn't exactly a hit when it first launched. Founder Tim Stokely searched for a solution by taking inspiration from his own past. He had already founded a couple internet adult media platforms, and he noticed that independent, not safe for work creators were searching for a way to monetize their followings without getting too involved in the often dangerous and exploitative adult media industry. So OnlyFans loosened their content guidelines in 2017 and gradually repositioned themselves as the adult version of Patreon. That shift would be furthered when the platform was acquired in 2018 by Leonid Radvinsky, an internet entrepreneur who had founded one of the most popular cam sites of the 2000s. He saw something in the then faltering platform. Its 80-20 revenue split with creators was generous, and since the site had originally been designed to be a Patreon competitor, it had a clean, modern, and functional interface, unlike other adult content platforms. On top of that, the internet had long been prophesized to one day kill the traditional and seedy adult video industry, but nobody really knew how it would happen. Many adult sites let you upload your own content, but they couldn't really offer you much in return for doing so. This was likely the original thought behind Radvinsky's webcam site, which aimed to allow models to have lucrative careers that completely bypass the old-school adult industry. And while that project is still running to this day and is undoubtedly successful, it never really garnered much of a mainstream reputation.
Couches, but also I'm fine with a single. You don't have to sleep on the floor. Like, I'm a cuddle bug.
Thus never escaped the all-encompassing vortex of shadiness perpetuated by the adult media industry. OnlyFans, on the other hand, would. During the pandemic, when basically everyone was locked up at home with little to do and even fewer ways to make money, the platform would explode. They may have had 13.5 million users in 2019, but by 2022, that number had grown to 238 million, a whopping 3% of humanity. Not only did they achieve that insane level of market penetration, but the platform also somehow managed to gain an identity as a less shameful adult media platform. It's considered funny for Linus Tech Tips to ironically make an OnlyFans profile, but if he did the same thing on the hub, the joke would take on a bit of a weirder tone. OnlyFans becoming somewhat socially acceptable would lead to an enormous amount of regular everyday people to try their hand at becoming adult content creators on the internet. Individuals who likely never would have even thought about it if OnlyFans didn't exist, resulting in a new kind of not safe for work content creator. While traditional adult media is more or less relegated to their own special corners of the internet, the people making money on OnlyFans would try something new. They'd harness the power of mainstream social media to shove their content in everyone's faces. It would start with Reddit, with OnlyFans models taking over the not safe for work side of the platform. As you can imagine, it was unusual for real women to be hanging around these more unsavory subreddits, so posts that are thinly veiled OnlyFans advertisements proved to be consistently popular. With such effective free marketing, Reddit would become a logical starting point for new OnlyFans models to jumpstart their careers, but other social media platforms would soon enter the mix. While the content on Reddit was explicit in nature, this sort of thing isn't allowed on more conventional social media platforms. This may have been a hindrance for a short time, but eventually OnlyFans models would find ways to advertise on Instagram, TikTok, and even Facebook. Instead of merely reposting explicit OnlyFans content like they did on Reddit, creators would instead make new, safe for work but suggestive material to post on the various conventional social media platforms. It could be as covert as a get ready with me video that is careful to only show off certain angles, or it can be as obvious as a dance video with text that asks the viewer to click the chili pepper link in their bio. If you can believe it, this social media marketing aspect of OnlyFans has taken on a life of its own, with the gooner side of social media becoming its own ecosystem. While it does always lead back to OnlyFans, there are countless more users who only follow these marketing accounts purely for the suggestive but safe for work content. If you read the relationship subreddit at all, you'll encounter many stories where women go through their partners' phones and are horrified when they see the accounts they follow on Instagram and TikTok. But if one of these men do end up taking the plunge and make an OnlyFans account to subscribe to some creator they follow, they won't just have access to premium paywall media. They'll also be given a direct line to communicate with that creator one-on-one. Parasocial relationships are definitely one of the hot topics of the 2020s, and being a creator myself, I definitely am aware that many of you watching this video think I'm your friend. And I am. We're friends, right? You never let me down by missing a video or not hitting that like button. You wouldn't want to disappoint me, would you? Parasocial relationships are something that I and many other creators try to quell whenever possible. When communicating with fans, I'm always aware that they know a lot about me, but I don't know anything about them, so while I always try to be polite, I also try to keep a bit of distance socially, but it's not like it's a rule. Some creators will pretend to be friends with their audience members in order to directly extract money from them, and in no platform is this more common than OnlyFans. As long as only people have been around, so too have there been businesses that take advantage of them. In the olden days, these types might have called into a phone sex hotline and spent an ungodly amount of money just to speak to a willing participant from the opposite sex on the other end of the line. Nowadays though, OnlyFans has taken the mantle. Lonely people, usually men, will sign up to follow a creator they like, and they'll end up forming a weird parasocial intimate relationship with them. The microtransactions that OnlyFans offers incentivizes creators to play into the fantasy, as these enamored users can make for great sources of income. All the creator has to do is respond kindly and occasionally push their digital wares in a subtle manner. As you can imagine, the sorts of men who get themselves into these situations often aren't in a good place in life, and while they may be lucrative marks, they're also sources of potential danger. In 2021, in Somersworth, New Hampshire, an unnamed 25-year-old woman would sign up for OnlyFans. She was among the more grassroots segment of OnlyFans models, the everyday people who sign up in hopes of escaping their 9-to-5 life. The woman, who we will refer to as RN, had indeed made an account on the platform with the intention of supplementing her income. She had a young child to support at home and could do with the extra money. As 2022 rolled around, she had already managed to achieve a small but loyal base of subscribers. But at home, things were becoming weird. It would start with sets of keys inexplicably going missing. Then she'd begin to notice that she'd occasionally shut a door, only for it to somehow be open when she returned. Windows would be left ajar that she never remembered opening. Then, her underwear would begin mysteriously disappearing. Around 4 AM on February 9th, RN would suddenly bolt awake. Alarmed, she'd scan her room. She wasn't sure if she was seeing what she thought she saw, but as her eyes adjusted, it became clear that there was a faint silhouette of a man standing in her doorway. The police are immediately called, and when they arrive, they find a man standing on the roof of her house. They manage to get him down, and he's arrested on the spot. Police search the house, and they don't find much evidence to collect. That is, until they make their way into the attic. There, they'd find evidence of someone having lived in the tiny crawl space. Fast food bags, AirPods, the missing underwear, and even a cup filled with urine. The man sleeping in RN's attic was named Mauricio Guerrero, a 20-year-old from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. He had no prior criminal history, but he did have a connection to the victim. He had been a subscriber to her OnlyFans, one of the most passionate according to RN. He'd first subscribed in October 2021 and began communicating with RN first through text messages, but then through phone calls and even video calls. He asked to buy her gifts, so she gave him her address, a decision she undoubtedly regrets. Guerrero wouldn't just send gifts to her, he'd start making unannounced trips to the city. RN would notice a car that would occasionally be parked outside her place, which she would later learn after the arrest belonged to Mauricio. On December 7th, he'd work up the nerve to ring her doorbell. RN would answer but would tell him to leave and to never come to her house again. This wouldn't do much to dissuade Guerrero, who'd continue to show up at her house anyways. Normally, you'd expect something like this happening to be grounds for blocking someone online, but RN continued to communicate with Guerrero. He was a paying customer after all. They'd even agreed to meet up in person in late December for 2 hours, and supposedly shared an intimate encounter. As much as RN tried to drill home to Mauricio that the relationship was strictly business, he wasn't getting the message. In January, he would rent an apartment in Somersworth and would begin regularly breaking into her house. This would eventually escalate to him living in her attic. He would come down to explore the house during the night, and he'd even enter RN's room so he could film her sleeping. Therapists would later describe Mauricio as immature, lonely, and socially isolated, having had limited experience with relationships. He'd eventually be found guilty of both Class A and B felony burglaries, 3 counts of criminal trespass, and 1 count of invasion of privacy, resulting in a sentence of 12 months in jail with 3 years probation and mandatory counseling upon release. Critics would argue that this was a very light sentence for egregious stalking that involved several home invasions, and the victim even being filmed while she slept. But the judge and the jury were influenced by RN's flippant behavior when it came to continuing and even escalating the pair's parasocial relationship, despite it clearly getting out of hand. Critics would also lambast the defense strategy in this case, deeming the entire thing victim-blaming, with Mauricio's lawyers mostly attempting to frame RN's mixed signals as consent for breaking into her house multiple times and living in her attic. In any event, the case of the attic stalker would become a cautionary tale for OnlyFans creators as to what can happen when a parasocial relationship goes too far. Because of this and similar stories, most models on the platform are careful when communicating with their subscribers. They tend to keep a distance, sometimes more than you might think. In April 2022, 42-year-old German man Patrick Kunz was delighted when he messaged a popular adult star on OnlyFans and actually got a response back. He fell head over heels into the business model, sending Hungarian actress Nikki thousands of dollars to make him custom content. The pair would also exchange messages daily, discussing everything from Patrick's fantasies to mundane topics like work, pets, and cooking. Eventually, he would tell Nikki that he loved her, and she would return the sentiment. Over time, however, Kunz began to notice some strange things. The actress appeared to forget things they had already talked about. It got to the point where he started to wonder if he was actually talking to Nikki. At one point, he would just straight up ask her,
"Who are you?"
She would reply,
"What do you mean, baby? It's me."
Patrick would come to realize that the Nikki he was speaking to likely wasn't just a single person. He didn't even know if he had ever spoken to Nikki herself at all, which is unfortunate because a couple months prior he decided to get a tattoo of her. This situation would drive Kunz to carry out an investigation with the help of Reuters to find out who he had actually fallen in love with. A year later in 2023, he managed to get her phone number. He'd give it a call and surprisingly, it was Nikki who picked up. She stated that she never told him that she loved him, even though Reuters found dozens of messages where she said exactly that in Patrick's chat logs. She'd then come clean. Nikki admitted that most of the time, Kunz wasn't talking to her. Like many other OnlyFans models, she had hired an agency to speak to her subscribers on her behalf. In all likelihood, Patrick may have admitted his love to a man in India. This 2024 Reuters investigation would kick off a major controversy known as the Chatter Scandal. With chatting being such a lucrative aspect of OnlyFans and the top creators on the platform having such a large audience that it would be humanly impossible for them to speak with everyone, an industry will pop up to help these models appear like they are indeed speaking to each individual audience member one-on-one. These agencies would set up call centers located in the more destitute regions of the world, and they'd pay a pittance to workers who'd earn the models they were working for hundreds of dollars an hour. One Filipino worker making less than $2 an hour would tell the BBC,
"It's kind of icky when you think about it, because you'll have to do sexting a lot of times, like several times in an hour, because, you'll be talking to several fans all at once. It's really not pleasant, You're gonna question yourself, your morality even, and even your conscience."
These agencies purposely use emotional manipulation to extract as much money out of fans as possible, to a much larger degree than when a model is directly communicating with their own fans. These are professionals after all. They're always going to value money over the public perception of the models they're working for. This is bad enough on its own, but it actually does get worse. As these agencies began taking root, they'd expand from not only taking advantage of emotionally vulnerable subscribers, but also the creators themselves. They'd start pairing chatter services with management services, requiring the creators they work with to hand over their account logins and payment information. They then switch the bank details and lock out models from their own accounts, making them use the agency as a middleman anytime they wanted to do something on their account. Some creators who got roped up in this would report that their agencies began taking up to 70% of their revenue. With OnlyFans already taking 20%, that only left models with a measly 10% of their own earnings. Many agencies would use intimidation tactics that often involve physical threats towards creators who tried to leave this exploitative scheme. And it's here where we finally get to that thing I mentioned at the start of this video. I briefly told you guys that despite its reputation as a safe, socially acceptable platform to sell adult content, OnlyFans has slowly been acquiring the more negative traits of the traditional adult industry. In fact, a common scheme has been emerging on the platform that harkens back to the very oldest days of sex work. In 2026, neighbors in the Lakemont district of Bellevue, Washington would begin to notice some odd things happening at a house situated in the middle of their normally quiet cul-de-sac. On some nights, hundreds of people could be seen flooding in and out of the house, and noise was a constant problem. The police could be seen parked in front of the home time and time again, and drones were often mysteriously circling the property. The neighbors initially assumed this house was being rented out as an Airbnb. These issues are merely the usual struggles of a home being used as a residential party venue. But things would escalate. On June 4th, just 3 weeks ago from the time I'm recording this video, residents in the cul-de-sac would all wake up to a loud bang and a bright flash of light at 4 in the morning. They'd rush to their bedroom windows only to see a massive SWAT team geared to the teeth storming into the building. Eventually, officers could be seen walking a single man out of the house, 21-year-old Nikita Tucalo. For the last few years, he had been presenting himself on social media as a wealthy entrepreneur, posting photos of exotic cars and stacks of cash, the latter of which would later be identified as prop money from Amazon. In 2024, him and a few friends would start a company called Nova Talent Management LLC. The idea wasn't exactly unique. In fact, a certain controversial influencer had done almost the exact same thing in a different era of the internet, and I wouldn't be surprised if these boys took a bit of inspiration from that particular endeavor. Allegedly, they would find women on Snapchat and Instagram and offer them well-paying modeling jobs, promising them between $8,000 and $15,000 per month. All they would have to do is take photos in bikinis. This is a sketchy but possibly convincing offer, and the women that bought into it would allegedly be offered a room to stay in one of the group's so-called content houses. It was likely purposely designed to come off like the sort of glamorous influencer houses these women were no doubt familiar with. But in reality, this was nothing more than a trafficking operation. Once a hopeful new model moved in, they would allegedly be asked to hand over all their passwords to their various digital accounts, effectively handing over their entire online presences to Nikita and his friends. They were also allegedly forced to sign legally shaky but intimidating NDAs that promised harsh retaliation if they attempted to leave the house. The bikini pictures they were originally asked to take would eventually morph into filming custom content for OnlyFans for up to 4 hours a day, and on top of that, they'd have to stream on a campsite for up to 14 hours a day. The group would give them ADHD medication to keep them awake for these long sessions, and they greatly restrict their food intake as well. The company allegedly raked in almost $3.4 million just over a 10-month period doing this, Of even further concern were the firearms and physical violence which were a constant presence in the house. Nikita allegedly strangled one victim, and another was allegedly forced at gunpoint to crawl across the living room floor. Nikita is currently in jail awaiting charges, and his other friends may or may not be slapped with charges as well. This case is fresh and the investigation is still ongoing, so I unfortunately can't leave you with a sense of justice here. But this story perfectly encapsulates a growing and worrying trend on OnlyFans. The source of shady individuals who may have just previously gone to do some work in the traditional adult industry are now flocking to OnlyFans instead because it simply makes them more money. Enterprises that involve this sort of trafficking and coercion are becoming more and more common because they're just so lucrative. Schemes like this have been around forever, but with OnlyFans being so prevalent, they've never been more in our faces than they are now. Some of those obvious advertisements or OnlyFans profiles that you scroll past on social media may in reality be hiding something dark. Don't get me wrong, I still think OnlyFans and similar services are probably the safest way to have a career doing this sort of content on the internet, but I think the industry as a whole will never be able to escape the factors of human nature that allows it to be taken advantage of by shady people with bad intentions. Enough about what I think though, I'm much more curious to hear from you guys. Do you subscribe to anyone on OnlyFans? Do you create content there yourself? If you have an interesting anecdote to share, I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much for watching. As I mentioned earlier, I was off since May looking after our baby, so if my content seemed a little different the last little while, it's pretty much due to the constraints of what I was able to get done ahead of time for my parental leave. But I'm back now, so things are pretty much back to normal around here. Alright, have a good night, guys.
Hello and welcome to GameSack. Let's talk about some criminally underrated games that hardly anyone ever talks about for whatever reason. On Twitter, I asked you what games you thought were underrated, and I got like 500 answers in the first 6 hours or so. Of course, I can't cover those all in a single episode, so I'm gonna really milk this idea. Anyway, some of these games were already pricey before I'm talking about them, so I don't want to hear anyone blaming me. If anything, hopefully this raises awareness of these games' existence so that maybe they can be included in future compilations or virtual console type of deal so everyone can play them far more easily than they can today. The first game I want to talk about was only released digitally, and I've mentioned it in that context before, but you all need to play this more.
Hardcore Uprising.
How about Hardcore Uprising on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360? The first thing you should know is that this is a Contra game and it takes place 20 years before the original Contra in the official timeline. It was developed by Arc System Works, whom you may know from the Guilty Gear games. And if you're familiar with them, you'll recognize the really clean cartoon look of all the characters in the game. Everything is animated like a cartoon, or an anime as they call them in Japan, but they're still cartoons. Oh, I wonder how many of you are warming up your keyboards in anger right now. Anyway, it's the signature look from Arc System Works, and it runs in a native 1080p and at 60 frames per second. As far as the gameplay goes, it's an evolution of the classic Contra formula. Yeah, it's a run and gun, but it's not as basic as the original games. You choose your character in the beginning, and you can eventually unlock 2 more. At first, it feels pretty tough. You might not even make it to the end of the first stage. You have a life bar like in the Japanese version of Contra Hardcore on the Mega Drive. You can carry and switch between 2 different weapons and lock your direction while moving or standing still. But here's the thing. Each time you play, you earn CP, and you can use this CP to unlock abilities in the shop. There are tons upon tons of things to unlock here. I absolutely love this. It really keeps me playing. In fact, I've spent more time playing this than probably all other Contra games combined. You can even get stuff like a triple jump and the ability to deflect bullets and lots of other things. It gives me a reason to keep playing, and yes, it can be a little grindy, but honestly, I don't mind. You can pretty much plow through the game once you've purchased everything for a character, but by then, believe me, you've earned it. And it's still no quick task to get through the game, even when you're totally powered up. Fortunately, you can select from any stage you've beaten so far if you don't want to start from the very beginning. Everything about this game is amazing, including the hard rock and music. The only thing that could make it better is if it were available physically. Well, that, and I'd like it if there were a few organic bosses and enemies in the game instead of just everything being mechanical. I think the reason this game gets no recognition is because it doesn't have Contra in the title. I guess they wanted it to fly under the radar and be relatively unknown. The honest answer is that they wanted Hardcore to be its own sub-series. But come on, they still should have included the Contra name. I mean, they've put the official Contra name on many lesser games. Regardless, this game really does need more appreciation. This is Mystical Fighter for the Genesis, which was developed by Kid and published by DreamWorks. This is a 1 or 2 player beat-em-up that's really never mentioned. I rented this one back when it was released, and it really didn't appeal to me for the same reason it probably doesn't appeal to many people. And what is that reason? Well, the main characters are kabuki, which aren't really warriors, but more associated with Japanese theater. Who wants that? I think if it had samurais or ninjas or just plain random dudes, it would have had more appeal. Anyway, it takes place in feudal Japan, and you beat up several different kinds of enemies along the way. You have an attack and a jump button, and you can pull off a few different moves. There's a scroll that you can collect, which will give you a special attack by pressing the 3rd button. Similar to Golden Axe, the more scrolls you have, the more powerful your attack, though they're never visually that impressive. In fact, that can be said for most of the game, though it certainly isn't ugly by any means. It just doesn't go out of its way to be anything special. As far as the gameplay goes, it's pretty smooth and definitely fun. Pulling off your moves is usually easy to do, and beating up the enemies feels good. I really like grabbing my enemies by their feet and spinning them around before tossing them away. Be careful though, because the longer you hold them, the more your life will go down. I also like running and sliding into my enemies, which knocks them on their feudal ass. And it's fun to grab enemies, jump in the air, and then slam them down to the ground. I tend to lose most of my lives by falling off of an edge, and the game makes sure you fight by lots of edges. But don't forget that you can also toss your enemies off of those same edges. There are items that you can collect which will restore some of your life and even give you a limited special weapon. The levels never feel too long or too short. However, the game itself can feel a touch short with only 5 levels. Well, that is unless you play it on hard. In fact, you can only access the 6th level if you play it on the hard difficulty mode. The music isn't bad at all, though sadly it's only in mono. Overall, I'd say that this is a fun beat-em-up if you can get past the silly characters, and like I said, it can be played with 2 players. So grab a friend and make Japan feudal again. It also might have been overlooked because there were a lot of really good games for the system released at the time. Still, you really can't go wrong with this one, just as long as you're not expecting Streets of Rage. Another game that suffers from a similar identity crisis is Kabuki Quantum Fighter from HAL for the NES. Basically, your brain has been scanned into the computer or something and you end up as a fancy kabuki because your great-great-grandfather was one. That's really the only reason for the kabuki-ness in this game. Well, actually, the Japanese version is meant to promote a film called Zaipang which had kabukis, and they kept all of the character graphics here. Nonetheless, you are a kabuki and therefore you have zero appeal to Western audiences. This is a side-scrolling action platformer where you can attack with your kabuki hair. If you crouch, you can do a kabuki punch. You can also select from different kabuki weapons with a select button, similar to the first Batman game on the system. As long as you have some kabuki chips in your kabuki chip meter, you can use them. After most stages, a new kabuki weapon will be added to your arsenal that's more powerful, but they eat up more kabuki chips each time you use them. Lastly, you can climb some walls and ceilings as well as hang and jump from certain objects. In fact, you'll be doing a lot of this, so take the time to absolutely master it, because this game wants you to fail. It requires very precise platforming skills. In fact, precise platforming and timing is basically all that Stage 3 is. I really like it, except for these dumb ice blocks here and there. You've got to be good, and really, I recommend playing on a CRT if you can, because lag isn't going to help you here. Even the bosses can be tough, as their patterns are somewhat difficult to learn sometimes. Well, actually, the last boss was easier than I expected. The stages usually aren't very long, and overall the graphics and sound are average. There's certainly nothing bad here, though. But you're gonna have to practice to get far, that's for sure. How far can you get? This next game is underrated, and it even uses a ninja instead of a kabuki. In fact, it says ninja right in the title. Even among owners of this console, this game isn't highly regarded, but that's because it's barely even regarded at all. Here's The Ninja on the Sega Master System. This is a very early game for the console, and basically it's an overhead run and gun, just without any guns. Instead, you're a ninja who throws a bunch of knives. One of the buttons on the controller allows you to fire in the direction that you're facing, while the other button makes you shoot straight up no matter what. If you press both buttons simultaneously, you'll disappear for a second, which makes you invisible and invincible. This is really good for dodging enemy attacks. If you get a red scroll, the music changes to become more exciting, and now you're throwing bigger stars, or pinwheel darts as the manual calls them. This is a much more powerful attack. The blue scrolls will increase your running speed. There are also 5 green scrolls that will need to be collected in order to find the last level, so always be on the lookout for these and shoot everywhere so that they appear. At the end of each stage is a boss fight. The bosses are usually the same dude, and he's really easy to beat. This game is actually based on an arcade game called Sega Ninja, or sometimes even Ninja Princess, which featured a female protagonist. There are also a lot more items to collect in the arcade version, though most are just for points. When porting the game home, they didn't just change the main character's gender, but also the music and some parts of the levels, though it's mostly intact otherwise. When I first rented this game back in 1988 or so, I didn't think much of it. It was a really difficult game for me, and I couldn't get very far at all. It was okay at best, I thought. Then, maybe a decade or two later, I hear a couple of friends online talk about how much they loved this game. That surprised me, so I decided to revisit it. I'm much better playing video games these days than I ever was as a teenager. And I can mostly walk through this game now, but it still offers a challenge in spots, especially trying to find all of the green scrolls. My opinion about the game has changed. I really love it. It's definitely very fun. Oh, and if you're not playing the Japanese version of the game, you're playing the GIMPed version. The Japanese version has a couple of extra levels which were cut from the international release, likely because they wanted to decrease the cost of the cartridge. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of levels in the international version. I think this game would have been more popular if it had a better name. The Ninja is a name you'd expect a game for the Atari 2600 or 7800 to have. It's super generic. But seriously, try it out. The game itself is not generic. This is El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron, which was released on the PS3 and Xbox 360. This is a hack-and-slash style action game mostly. It's got flavors of God of War and even a super small dash of Devil May Cry. Story-wise, it's kind of the opposite of Dante's Inferno. You're on a mission to bring the fallen angels back to heaven. As you take damage, you lose your armor, but of course there are power-ups to help you get it back. If you die, you can tap the jump and attack buttons together quickly to revive. You can also absorb red flamey things. According to the game, these help raise your abilities. You have 3 different weapons you can use. You can steal them from enemies after delivering enough damage to stun them for a bit, or you can get them from certain icons here and there. The first is a blade type of weapon called the Arch. This is probably my favorite one to use since it's so fun. The Gale is a weird thing that shoots projectiles, and honestly it's kind of a pain to use. I really don't like it much at all. The last one is called Veil, which is more of a melee type punching attack, and it's super strong. Of course, each weapon has its advantages against certain types of enemies. There are plenty of different moves that you can do with each weapon as well. This is one of those games where you need to wait for the animation to finish before you can do anything else. It's one of the calling cards of this particular generation of games, I think, though certainly not the only one which has this issue. The enemies have this issue as well, so it can be tough to escape their attacks if you're caught in one of their animations. It doesn't bring the game down much, and it's still extremely fun to play. It's also really confusing at times. Like here, it's showing the credits, but I'm supposed to be fighting my way to the right. It took me a little bit to actually figure this out. And as you've likely already noticed, the game's visuals are absolutely outstanding. The stylistic design is second to none, and at no point does the game ever look boring or average. There are lots of 2D segments interspersed throughout, and even these are a sight to behold. There's an amazing use of color, and it's just all around very well done. The music and sound are also done well, with lots of choirs and the like. And Jason Isaacs provides the voice for your buddy Lucifel, who literally talks to God on a cell phone for you.
Yeah, we got ourselves a situation. We just gotta trust him. Okay, talk to you later.
The game itself can get a touch repetitive, but I always found myself wanting to get further and further.
Five's a Jesse movie. Yeah, Five's for the adults.
It's happening again. The one-up boxes aren't checks.
Tell us on the Hollow Knight.
I am so ready for McDonald's.
I am. And I just got Mothwing Cloak. Hoggers.
Hoggers. Bomb and arrow upgrades. This lady?
But yeah, chat, right now, checks-wise, all the checks I have in the tracker are yellow, meaning, I think you can, like, technically get them, but not the intended way. That's what that means usually, right? I feel like I should just know this off the top of my head, but SM64's Archipelago has been so weird, I'm like doubting myself.
Thanks, lady.
Progressive shield.
All right. I got a tiny little. Oh, okay. I get hearts. Okay, I got a tiny little baby shield and some hearts now. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Okay. Are we cooking?
Or just to see what the next area looks like.
I don't think we're cooking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's tons of little islands that don't have armies.
Sure.
Island nations.
So
Sorry, I've done that like 4 times. I didn't know that could kill me.
Oh, shit.
That just happened out of nowhere.
That's okay.
It absolutely ruined what I was doing. No, I'm joking.
I thought you weren't doing anything.
I wasn't doing anything. I'm just hanging out. I'm just kicking it. I'm sitting in Link's house right now.
for the world.
Relaxing.
Oh, why is everybody reacting to that?
Chilling.
What? Oh.
I mean, you kind of knew you would get, locked out, right, too?
I did. That's why I was a little worried about this game, because I was like, any advantage I would have in this game is pretty much only at like during go mode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think it kind of works out because I did the one randomizer. I think me and Smallan are a bit more even than we would have been otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ was talking about it last night because he was worried about the teams balancing. So, but he was saying like
it's a hard thing to balance.
He thinks that it's as balanced as it could be because you have done the randomizer so recently, whereas Smallan like hasn't really done one in a while. Pooh, you're just like really good at Link to the Past, whereas Crafty is not.
You could have just stopped it really good. Yeah, you could have just. Thank you though, Della. That's
like,
good. Yeah. When I put this on Instagram, I'm just gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna make a editor's cut. Okay. So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
Got it right.
But yeah, he was like, I think that's why I think he's doing the skips is so that he can make up the time.
Well, either that or he's trying to sabotage you.
Well,
you know, just
that
sabotage
could be both.
you. Chat, look at how his sword turns into just like a square. It's like the dumbest pixel ever. And look at this. Chat, the sword and the wand is the same pixel right there. Like your fire wand, it's so stupid. Nintendo's a bad developer. Skips and breaking logic can be a bad thing. I think it depends on what game.
Wait, chat, how do I get up here? Do I have to like do it off of this little edge? That's terrifying.
Yeah, look, chat, you see how like right here when you're swinging your sword? The sword is literally just the wand. The ice wand, the sword, they're just the same thing. Just
Stop ruining it for me.
Off the edge jump dive. This is scary.
Do it, do it, do it. Breaking logic's bad if you're ignoring other checks in logic. Yeah, I think that's the better statement, you know?
Alright, well,
Lola Bunny was a
try that again.
Gosh.
I'm just
Is there like
terrorizing
an
these
easier
guards.
thing I can do? What can I do in Wet Dry World? Looks like the answer is some stuff.
You can go get
I can't go there.
You can go